What's up guys, it's Weston here. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Allerli K643 mechanical keyboard. Now this could potentially be the best mechanical keyboard you can pick up for under £50 right now. So anyway, let's find out if it is. Taking a look at the design of this keyboard, and I love this stealthy all black look of it. It's plain, but it suits me well, and it'll definitely fit in with most setups. If you like gamer style peripherals, then this might not be for you, but I really like the understated approach. It's also got a really cool feature built in, and that is some built-in phone stand, something I've not really seen on too many keyboards, especially at this price. And it's large enough to fit a phone in, or a small tablet up to 7 inches in vertical mode, and it'll probably fit a phone anywhere from 4 inches to 6 inches horizontally. It's definitely not a needed feature, but it does come in handy. I'm also liking the lack of in-your-face branding too. All it features is a subtle piece of branding above the arrow keys, and that is pretty much it. The keyboard is also a UK layout, but you can also get US, German and French variants too. And all of these feature a full 105 key count, which makes it ideal for those that enjoy gaming but also have work to do too. It's a decent size, measuring in at 449 by 177 by 22, so just keep that in mind if you've got a more compact setup. I'm also really impressed with the build quality as well. To say it's only £50, it's very solid and well put together. It features an aluminium top section and there is no flex at all. Even if you try to make it flex, it just simply doesn't. On the downside to the build quality is the fabric cable. Yes, it's fabric, which is a plus, and it measures in at 1.8 meters, which is perfect for my setup. However, the sample I got had a bit of fraying and the cable was a little bit worn. I'm thinking this is just an isolated incident, so don't let that put you off from getting one of these, because the cable is really durable, there's plenty of strain relief, and it's just a nice cable, apart from the slight tear on mine. Back to the positives now, and even the underside feels solid too. There's no metal here, but the plastic is good quality. Also on the underside there is adjustments, which there are 2 levels. There's one fully flat and one angled upwards. I prefer the raised up position, but that's just my preference, but at least you have 2 to choose from. Also on here are your rubber feet, and these do a pretty impressive job of keeping this keyboard from slipping around, even during some intense gaming sessions. Finally, underneath there is a hidden tool to remove your keys as well. Speaking of the keys, this keyboard comes with extras. That's right, you get 4 spare Optima MX Blue switches, something I've never seen at this price at all, so props to Allerli for including those in the price. You also get a handy tool to help remove any of the switches that you require. Not only is this a nice touch, it'll prolong the life of your keyboard too, which is definitely a big win in my book. So as we're on to the keys now, let's talk about them, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed. They're quick, they're responsive, and I haven't noticed any drops in typing accuracy since I've had it. I'm obviously not the fastest typer on the planet, but it's definitely not slowing me down, and in fact it's had the opposite effect. I'm also liking this light convex curve to the caps too. It for me just makes them a little bit more comfortable and enjoyable to use. The only omission and downside to this keyboard is the lack of a wrist rest. Now for me that would have been the icing on the cake and just made it a much more enjoyable experience, but I do understand why they probably couldn't squeeze it in and get it under £50. Travel distance is good on these keys too. It's approximately 4mm, and they don't require too much force to register a keystroke or to fully actuate them and bottom out the keys. They're also really nicely spaced out too, so if you're a keen typist you shouldn't have any issues accidentally knocking 2 keys at once. It does also feature media keys, which are controlled via FN, and keys F2 to F8. Now personally I prefer dedicated media keys. For me they're easier to use, but obviously limited space, you can't always have dedicated media keys, but once you get used to using FN and the control you need, it is actually pretty easy to use. It also has 8 different RGB modes with 4 different levels of brightness. The 8 modes are controlled using FN and the print screen key, and these 8 different modes are dynamic changing, single white, keep constant, breathe in, light up letters, put out letters, water lines and racing horse. Not the best names for lighting effects, but they definitely look pretty cool and interesting. You can also control the brightness using the same FN and page up and down keys. Now one thing to note is that if you use a desk lamp like myself, the lighting is not very bright at all. So just keep that in mind if you really like some bright and vibrant RGB. You can also adjust the speed of your effects using FN and the plus and minus keys. And this just affects the rate in which the effects happen, but it'll only work for effect number 4 and number 8, which are breathing and the racehorse effect. Finally, you have a static colour option and you can change the colour. Use that with FN and the left hand arrow keys, and this will just allow you to change the colour to match your setup. So me, I kept mine white, but obviously you can have yours black and red, black and blue, and there is 8 different colours to choose from. And if you're not a big fan of RGB at all, you simply press FN and the escape key to switch it off. And there you have it guys, that is pretty much everything you need to know about this keyboard. So is it the best you can pick up for under £50? Well, I would say there's just 1 or 2 things holding it back from being the best. The lack of wrist rest for me is a bit of an issue. I think wrist rest just make things much more comfortable when you're typing. Also, I had a little bit of damage like I mentioned in the review, but I just think that is an isolated incident, so don't let that put you off really. But yes, this is one of the best you can pick up. I don't think it's necessarily the best. Now, if it had the wrist rest, then I would say it probably would be the best you can pick up. But because it's lacking that, then I'm going to see if I can find one with a wrist rest that has everything that this has, and then we'll see if that one's better. But anyway, for now, I would say it's up there with the best you can pick up at the price. I mean, it's nicely designed, it's well made, the keys are fantastic, some of the best non-cherry switches I've ever used, which is really impressive actually, considering I've used quite a few mechanical keyboards now. So yeah, it's definitely up there with the best you can pick up at the price. And there you have it, that is pretty much it for this one. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more reviews like this, other PC related content, and all the other consumer tech I look at too. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and share it if you really enjoyed it. So thanks again guys, and I will see you all on the very next one.